Warning: this creepypasta is made up and not real. It also contains disturbing stuff in the story. And this story is a ripoff to a Tom and Jerry creepypasta called Tom's Basement. If you get scared too easily in this video, then don't watch this video. What I'm trying to say, if you get scared too easily, then don't watch this video. Your discretion is advised. I always loved the one and only Harry Potter. You know, the boy who lived, played by Daniel Radcliffe. And Harry Potter is also known as the Wizard, with a lightning bolt scar on his head. Who lived a miserable life, 11 year old, a miserable 11 years with the Dursleys. You know, the three mean people: Vernon Dursley, Petunia Dursley, and Dudley Dursley. And we can't forget the other characters like Hagrid, Ron, or should I say, Ronald Weasley, and Hermione Granger, Professor Dumbledore, Professor Abominable, I think that's her name, Professor Snape, and Lucius Malfoy, and well, the guy who plays Lucius Malfoy was played by Jason Isaacs. Really great actor. And also Fred Weasley. And trying to remember. Oh, and there's Draco Malfoy. And I think that's about it. I remember all the characters. Well, some characters, not all the characters. Oh, and Meadow Moody. You know, that long-haired guy with a staff and with a moving eyeball. Yeah, I think that's about it. So, yeah. Harry Potter is a franchise today, and it's one of the most iconic franchises of all time ever since the very first book came out. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or the Philosopher's Stone, in case if you're in the UK. So I want to tell you a deleted scene from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, based on the book itself. And it's a scene. So I just want to tell you a scene from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, which is shortly after. One month after the movie came out, there was one deleted scene that was made by an unknown writer, which I'll explain later. I'll reveal who he is later. So here's how it happened. I was at my grandma's house. I was watching over it, considering that my grandma was ill and she had to be taken to a hospital. So yeah, I was to watch over my grandma's house just in case if something bad happens. I'm 25 years old, and I'm going to keep my name privately. So I was watching SpongeBob SquarePants, and I received an email from Warner Brothers, and it said, "Dear name withheld. I would like to show you a deleted scene made from that was made for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I mean, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Some guy went into the studio and made this deleted scene without our permission. So we had to delete it and change the scene to something a little something not as scary as the one I'm showing you. So whatever you do not screen it in public, because we don't want our childhood Harry Potter fans to be ruined. Sincerely, Warner Brothers. Well, that's odd, I said. But I was excited. So I got two questions. One, how did Warner Brothers even know me? And two, a deleted scene for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone? Well, there is deleted scenes for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, like the extended version of the floating cake from Dobby, the house elf. And the other deleted scene is the extended flying car in London. The flying car in London part. It was used in the TV version of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And the other one is another deleted scene with Gilderoy Lockhart. I'm trying to give the correct answers to the students. If you've seen Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, if you've seen the deleted scenes, then you know what scenes I'm talking about. If you're a Harry Potter fan, or if you like Harry Potter, if you saw the deleted scenes. But this deleted scene, what I'm going to experience, is none of that. This is highly disturbing. So I clicked on the download link. And it opened a new tab, and then it closed. And as it closed, the video was downloading. Like it does with some download files. So the video downloaded for like 5 seconds, not long. So I opened the video, and before the video even started, there was a warning. Warning. This video what you're about to see is a deleted version of an unknown scene from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This scene is highly disturbing, and don't watch this video if you have a kid beside you or if they're under the age of 10. Viewer discretion is advised. An unknown scene from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets? I said. So I put on a brave face and watched it. The scene began with Harry Potter and his older self from the Chamber of Secrets. I don't know what age he was in Chamber of Secrets, but so let me know his age in Chamber of Secrets below. Harry's age. During the time of Chamber of Secrets. So Harry was crying, not like pretend crying. It sounded like his actor Daniel Radcliffe was crying because it's like as if he lost his mom or something. He cried because he would never see Ron and Hermione again. Though in the movie, Harry did manage to break out of the Dursleys' house, all thanks to Ron, Fred, and George. Oh yeah, those were the other characters I want to mention earlier. So, so Tom, not Tom, so Harry kept on crying for about 5 seconds. And then Dudley was spying on Harry. Did I say Dudley? Yeah, I think I said Dudley. Well, Dudley was spying on Harry. And then he gives an evil grin on his face. It looked that similar to the Jim Carrey Grinch. That's a pretty good reference. But at the same time, it did give me chills down my spine. It's like as if it was a CGI face of maybe it was because the CGI of Jim Carrey's face. I don't even know. So, Harry was grounded, all because of what he did. The Dursleys thought that Harry messed up the cake, but really it was Dobby the house elf. So Dudley framed Harry for this. So Vernon told Harry, I think beforehand, Vernon told... So, in case if you don't know, the opening where Harry was crying, it was a scene where Vernon is drilling the fence on Harry's window, like in the final version of the film. So Harry kept on crying for like 5 seconds. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Dudley's outside in the movie. Well, yes, but Petunia's the only one outside, besides Vernon. Dudley was inside the house spying on Harry. Even though he's not there, but you could see his pants and shoes. Harry kept on crying, realistically. And then Vernon said the usual line from the film. You'll never go to that school. And you're never gonna see those freaky friends of yours again. Never! But the way he screamed never, what sounded like his actor Richard Griffin sounded like he was in true rage. Like, I seriously did not laugh at that quote because it sounded like true anger. But in the movie, when he said never, the usual never, it made me laugh as a kid. Still to this day, even though I chuckled a little nowadays. So, yeah, I did not laugh at that version of it. Never! Because it sounded like, Richard Griffin sounded like he was in true anger. And then, so then 40 minutes after that, well, the time card appeared after Vernon screamed never. A time card appeared saying 42 minutes later. And you know what's even strange is that it had the same exact narrator from SpongeBob. I have to give them credit, though. That's kind of funny. So yeah, Harry kept on crying, but even louder than before. So Dudley decided to tie a rope to Harry's bed. I don't know how it would be possible. Maybe the bed legs. So Dudley pulled the rope and slammed it through the wall. And the bed landed. Sorry. Harry screamed. But the screaming wasn't the normal movie scream. Like, the scene where Harry and Ron were in the flying car getting chased by the train. The Hogwarts Express train. But that scream wasn't that. That scream sounded like it sounded like his actor, once again, Daniel Radcliffe, sounded like he was in true fear. Or it's like as if he saw a ghost. Or an ugly beast. So the house crashed through the upstairs floor and it landed in the living room. And that truly scared Vernon. So Vernon was confused at first, but he was in true rage. So he picked up Harry by the sleeve and and then Vernon yelled, "Go back in your room, or else I reduce your dick." That kind of made me laugh a little. But at the same time, why would he say that in a kids movie? That is not nice. Harry tried to explain he doesn't know how did his bed end up there, or how did his bed not go into the living room. But of course, Vernon doesn't believe him. But of course, during Harry's childhood, the Dursleys never believed him. No one ever did. Except in this scene, in this deleted scene, this weird version, this is like worse than before. And so Vernon pushed Harry up to his room. And he said, "Stay in there this time." And he slams it. It was a similar slam earlier in the like in the movie. So 5 minutes have passed, and Dudley keeps doing weird pranks to his own father, and he blames it on Harry. And Vernon punished Harry on unknown things. It's the some things that Vernon tortures Harry. He kept at it after Dudley did these pranks to his own father. Until it got to the point so Vernon kept on punishing Harry after the pranks that Dudley has done to his father. To the point where Harry was bruised up really badly due to the punishing from Vernon. And Harry kept saying to Dudley not to prank his own father and blame him anymore. And he cried and mumbled. Dudley just laughs at him and throws a water balloon at Vernon Dursley. And once again, Dudley blamed Harry for it. And then Vernon stormed upstairs and grabbed Harry by the neck. And it was true rage. And then Vernon screamed rather loudly. I can't post what he said on here. I mean, I can't post of most of what he said on here. But I can remember some words saying like, "Harry, I swear to God, I will." I don't even know. I don't. Once again, I don't remember what he said. So I can't post of most that. I can't post most things of what he said. And so yeah, he kept yelling at Harry for about a minute. And then Vernon throws Harry at the wall, almost breaking the glass. So Harry had enough. So Harry picks up a knife that was lying around randomly and stabs Vernon in the leg, quite graphically. And Vernon screams out in pain. But once again, it wasn't a pretend scream or a fake scream. It sounded like it kind of sounds like It sounded like Vernon's actor, Richard Griffin's, sounded like he was screaming in agony. And then Harry punched Vernon so hard in the face. It was the it was that similar way that Marty McFly punched Biff in the 1955 from Back to the Future. And Vernon was dead, and he was bleeding. And due to the impact where the knife due to the fact where the knife was impaled in Vernon's leg, Dudley saw the whole thing. And Dudley was about to begin to scream, but Harry used his magic on Dudley, making him not scream. So Harry said this to Dudley. You are a fucking asshole, and you should not frame me for this. This is what you get for not. This is what you get for framing me. I want you to shake my hand and not pranking me anymore. It sounded like Daniel Radcliffe was in true rage. So Dudley cried and said, "Fine." So Vernon and Dudley, not Vernon. So Harry and Dudley begin to shake hands. It seems like they triumphed over It seems like they triumphed over the serial killer. But Harry gets an evil look on his face. And then Dudley says in that ghostly deep voice, "Don't you believe it?" It was the similar way that Tom said it in the Tom and Jerry cartoons. Harry stabs Dudley, killing him, and throws his body into the pile. He throws his body on Vernon. And then he locks up the bodies of Dudley and Vernon in the cupboard, where he lived in for the past 11 years. And the last thing in this scene was Harry putting up a for sale sign on the yard of the house, laughing quite evilly and clearly planning to do it all again. And the deleted scene ended. I was disgusted and shocked. I could not believe what I just saw. But at the same time, this is what Vernon and Dudley gets for giving Harry hell. Well, the torture. So I thought about deleting it, but I decided to record the footage on my phone. So after I recorded it and saved it on Google Drive or Mediafire, in case if someone doesn't believe me, and then I deleted the file off my computer. I told my mom about the scene, but of course she doesn't believe me. So I sent her the Mediafire link, and then 1 hour later, she watched it, and she said this reaction. I just saw it, and my God, you are not kidding. And this was like the most disgusting thing I've ever experienced. So I told the Harry Potter community I told one of my Harry Potter friends about this scene. However, I mean, sorry. Sorry for the screw ups. That's what I usually do until I get into editing. Anyway, I told one of my Harry Potter fans about this scene, but of course they don't believe me. So just in case if they do, I send them the MediaFire link. I created the post about this scene for what I described, along with the download link. And I also put a side note that I will delete the post in about a month. Because Warner Brothers doesn't want me to screen it in public. Because I know if Warner Brothers saw the post that I made, he would tell me to delete. Warner Brothers, or some people that's worked from Warner Brothers, they would tell me to delete it anyway. And I also told my fans to keep it to themselves if they want to keep the file. And if they don't want to, they can just delete it, like I did. And then, so 1 month later, I asked the people on a poll that they download it or not. So one of them said no. Well, the results on no was only 1%. And then the votes on the yes was 95%. And then I deleted the post from what I made earlier. So I deleted it, and I contacted Warner Brothers about that scene and who made it. And then 2 hours later, Warner Brothers replied. That disgusting deleted scene was made by a guy named Jerry Kennington. He made this scene just to make Vernon Dursley look bad and make the fans hate Harry Potter for sure. And yes, we do know about Adam Kennington, the guy who made the disgusting THX trailers, or the lost THX text trailers. We know that Adam Kennington used to work at Warner Brothers. He said he wants to be in the job, but we declined it. We declined his offer to work at Warner Brothers. So the last thing he said was he wants to work at THX instead. That was the last time we heard from him. So during the making of the Chamber of Secrets, we hired the guy named Jerry Kennington. He made this disgusting scene without permission. So nor Daniel Radcliffe or Richard Griffiths got involved in this. The scene that looks like it was made from CGI or computer generated thing. But we just couldn't believe that this scene was made. So luckily, Richard Griffiths or any of the actors saw this scene. Only the producers, including Chris Columbus, saw this, and they were disappointed at Jerry Kennington. So we clearly told Jerry not to do this again. But unlike Adam Kennington, he learned from mistakes, and he decided to make normal deleted scenes that he thought it would be perfect for the movie. But of course, like any other deleted scene, we just planned not to use it. And these deleted scenes are normal, not gory like the first time he made that disgusting scene for the Chamber of Secrets. So yeah, Jerry Kennington learned from mistakes, just like Miles Bell. You know, the guy who made the deleted Toy Story treats. So yeah, Miles Bell was also the guy. He worked the stories on Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. But unlike Jerry Kennington, he did not make any disgusting or disturbing scenes for the Prisoner of Azkaban. So yeah, even though he didn't do much for, so even though Miles Bell did not do anything for the third movie, so we fired him just because he was bored. And we fired Jerry Kennington for that scene. And he did say before he left, he said he will not make these disgusting scenes again. Even if he does, he has to keep one for himself and not share it in public. So yeah, like they always say, you learn something new every day. Sincerely, Warner Brothers. So yeah, from what I have learned, this deleted scene that I saw was made by Jerry Kennington, which I think that's the brother of Adam Kennington. You know, the same guy who made the Lost THX text trailers. So I actually contacted Jerry Kennington. Luckily, he was not so busy, so I contacted him at the right time. So I went on an interview with him, and I told him about the history of his brother, Adam Kennington. And he said that, well, so I don't remember most things what he said. Luckily, he wrote the letter of this. So luckily, Jerry Kennington said that he really missed his brother so much, and he really wants him back. And he said that he wished that his brother Adam Kennington, he wants him out of jail. But of course, his mom did say that he's not coming back, all because of what Adam did. But of course, the Lost THX text trailers. And man, so yeah, the interview went on, and Jerry Kennington was a nice person to talk to. And I also told him about Miles Bell, that does he know him? And Jerry said, yeah, he does know him. One day before Jerry got fired from Warner Brothers due to his boredom, Jerry Kennington met Miles Bell. And like Jerry, Miles Bell was bored of the set of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. So yeah, the interview kept going on until Jerry said, look kid, it was very nice to meet you. I gotta get going. So it was really nice talking to you. And I said, okay, well, have fun with your life. Like I always said to people sometimes. And we said the usual goodbye and nice to meet you and that stuff. And the interview ended with Jerry ending the chat. So yeah, now you know, Jerry Kennington is the brother of Adam Kennington. So before I head off, I just want to tell you guys one more thing. If you ever receive an email from Warner Brothers that contains a deleted scene from one of your favorite Warner Brothers movies, don't watch it. There's a lot of weird animators out there, or there's a lot of weird writers out there